the Wendy Williams Show.
How you doing? The kids have come to play today. You won't believe what I'm about to tell you. With all due respect, have several seats. My girls are always turned out. I give it to you straight, no chaser.
Now, here's Wendy.
Welcome.
Fabulous. Especially for a Monday. Here we go again. Thank you for watching our show. Say hello to my co-host, my studio audience. Fantastic. It's Monday. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm glad you're here. Did you have a nice weekend? Me too. My old childhood friend Regina stayed for the weekend, and we stayed in our robes all weekend. What I love is about having like-minded friends, especially if they're moms and they leave their husband and kids on the other side of the country and then they come visit to Jersey, is that all we do is sit around in robes and watch TV. And eat stuff. There was really good stuff on TV this weekend. What did I watch? I never saw that Marilyn Monroe thing.
Secret Life of Marilyn Monroe.
Secret Life of Marilyn Monroe, part 1 and part 2. And also, Big Mama's House with Martin Lawrence. Just does it to me all the time. So, by the way, I had the breakfast of champions. Now and later. Anyway, so 50 Cent apparently has some explaining to do. Now, there was a lot of information that was passed to us over the weekend, including, Jeb Bush, backing out, 50 Cent posing with piles of money, even though he's filed bankruptcy over the summer and owes allegedly $30 million. So, but he loves to post, so there he is, posting in stacks of bills, broke. So upon pulling up close to this money, the best I could describe it, from our Hot Topics meeting this morning, is it didn't look like, a wankster stack, where you have 100 at the top and then a bunch of Monopoly money in the middle. This looks all like the real deal. And there were a few stacks of $1, exactly. There were a few stacks of $1 bills, but by far the $100 bill stacks outweighed all of them. And there he is in the bed with the money, watching TV with a popsicle, not a care in the world. And so now the judge, I don't know that the judge follows him on Instagram, but judges have kids and judges have grandkids. And when you know that your mom or dad or grandfather or grandmother is working on a case with something big, don't you all of a sudden get involved these days if you're one of the kids? Yeah. So apparently the judge got word about this money, and now the judge wants 50 to return to bankruptcy court to explain himself. Now, I don't know this man. All I know is that I do understand that his bankruptcy doesn't mean that he has no money at all. Most of us understand that about bankruptcy these days, right? The thing is that when you thumb your nose at the long arm of the law, that's where it becomes a little crazy. Like 50, whoever you owe money to, you need to just pay that money before they run up in your house the way they did to Lil Wayne. Remember they went to Lil Wayne's house and they took artwork and all kinds of stuff. And clap if you think that it's wrong for him to be posing with piles of money. And 50's lawyer says that being flashy is a part of his brand and image. I get that too. But at 40 years old, you know, he's an OG in the game. I accept flashy from, you know, Fetty Wap. Okay, brand new, something to prove. To me, 50 doesn't have anything to prove to us. He's talented. He has that show power. He acts, you know, but right here, he's doing the most. Like, stop. Please stop that part. I need winter to be over, and I need a hand deck. Like, honestly. And I need a handectomy. You know, just new hands with better cuticles and better tips and harder nails. My nails are soft. And I sit here, it's sleeveless, and I'm looking in the audience, and I see a woman. Do you see her, Suzanne, to the right? All the way. She's wearing a full-blown coat. Okay. Okay. Anyway, Rihanna's fans are fed up, and here's why. Well, she's postponed her album already, which we know. She bailed on the Grammys at the last minute, which we know. And she just postponed her world tour and canceled several shows that she's supposed to be doing outside of the world tour. So you might say, well, why are the fans upset? Well, the fans are upset because, you know, the fans look for tickets to go to these concerts, and then they buy their tickets, and they consider her, you know, she's got like those super fans who live and breathe by her. So when she postpones, it makes them feel like, now wait a minute now, Adele is okay, and Beyonce's okay. This, in my mind, this is what her fans say. But Rihanna, we want you. And I have no idea when the world tour will come out. I do believe that part of Rihanna's situation is that Rihanna came into this business being very entitled. I'll tell you what I mean. Cute girl from Barbados. All of a sudden, she's signed with Jay-Z and the whole Rockefeller Records. And people already knew who Ciara was. Like, she was the new girl in her lane. Remember that girl, Tia Maria, who was supposed to be the Rihanna of Rockefeller? Well, whatever. Wasn't Tia Maria a spirits that our parents used to drink back in the 60s? Tia Maria, you remember Tia Maria? You're old. She said I am. No, but you know, I just feel like sometimes when you earn something, but you earn it without having to really put up your dukes and fight for it, that sometimes when the fight becomes necessary in your travel, you don't know how to fight because now Beyonce and Jay-Z are married. I don't know what her relationship was with Jay-Z. But the floor does talk. I feel like Beyonce stole Rihanna's thunder with her new song and her own world tour, and I'm a fan of both. And if I only had one ticket to buy for one particular concert, here's who I'd go see. I'd go see Beyonce. And I'm gonna tell you why. This is me, personally me, not me, 22-year-old vocal fry Wendy, oh my God. This is me going me. Like, I know that they both have, you know, outrageous fans and stuff, but I just feel like Rihanna is a little, she likes to party, and her fans like to party, and there might be a mosh pit, and I don't need people falling on me. You know what I mean? I don't need to be mugged in the parking lot. I need everything to be fine because I'm going to see a pop star. So I'd go see Beyonce because I picture Beyonce's, first of all, she puts on more of a show. Second of all, If I'm going to see Beyonce, then I know there are gonna be other moms there with their kids and their kids' friends, and we're all gonna be twerking, but nobody is going to be tripping one another and pushing. I don't wanna be pushed. So, you know, Rihanna, I wish you well. It just seems to me that you're quite threatened, though, by Beyonce's presence at this point. Sorry. And it seems to me that you're also quite threatened by Adele's presence. And there might be something to the grumbling of poor ticket sales for your world tour. You know, nobody wants to perform to an empty house. Except for me, I wouldn't mind. You know, like on a snowy day and they say, here's Wendy, I don't know what I'm gonna walk out here to. And they always wanna tell me, you know, how many people are in the audience or whatever. And we've had snow up to the ceiling here in New York since this show was invented. And, you know, but I'm always like, I'm waiting for the day that, you know, and here's Wendy, and I come out. And it's just me. No, because I told you, I don't mind that. That's the day that you get to know your staff. And you call everybody from their offices and you make them, would you ask Wendy? And I find out more about what's going on in people's lives around here. And we do the hot topics, right? Sometimes empty audiences are the ones where you get your best, you know, strength. Anyway, so, but you don't cancel, is what I'm saying, Rihanna. So, you know, get back in the game, please. That work, work, work song is being shoved down my throat. I now like it. I hated it. When I first heard it, I was like, what the heck? Me and Hot Topics were sitting around the other day when it first came out. Didn't we count 85 times she says work, 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 work? 85, right?
85, yeah.
Whack, 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 whack. Like, there's nothing creative about the song, and even Drake's part, there's nothing creative, but the song is growing on me, and now I'm whack, whack, whack. You know, these days, it's not enough to be talented. It just seems as though because of social media and because we are such a critical consumer public that we want more out of our actors and performers than just to do their craft. We need the whole foolish show when they get off stage. Well, Shia LaBeouf is a man who delivers. I feel like first of all, I think he's a terrific actor. I really do. I think he gets into his role, he does his thing. I am a fan. But over the weekend, Shia, who's like 27 years old now, he spent 48 hours riding up and down in an elevator with fans. No. Is this crazy? Oh, by the way, they're in London. That's why you could smoke. So you can imagine they're in there smoking, and people were wearing crowns. He's amongst royalty. And he did this at Oxford University. Well, you know, on any university campus, if you place somebody who's a relevant part of pop culture in an elevator, there's gonna be a line for people to wanna take that elevator. And there was. And it wasn't just like a one ride limit. You could stay on the elevator for as long as you wanted because Shia was the one who made up the rules, and he's not doing it for a role or anything. He's just doing it because he's got a tick in my head. Like, he's got a tick. And we all have a tick. You have a tick, I have a tick. I always say, if you follow anybody for 24 hours, any one of us, you're gonna discover the tick, okay? So, anyway, the other stunts that he's done, aside, I mean, the movies are the main thing, but he's like a stunt person. He watched his movies for 3 days straight. Remember, I was telling you that? He did that in New York. And then we sent Ashley, one of my interns over there, right? From Hot Topics. Yeah. And she had no idea what she was getting into. So he just sat there and watched, and you could show up at the movie theater and watch with him. Another stunt, he put his heartbeat online, so you would know how his heartbeat was, and that he's still alive. Another stunt is that he wore a paper bag on the red carpet. But I think my favorite stunt of all was when he drank margaritas in Times Square randomly by himself. And then he left the margarita place and ran outside and stole French fries from a homeless man. The stunt elevator thing is kind of weird because first of all, that whole smoking in the elevator thing, that seems so weird, but also there was one of his fans in there who begged Shia to punch him in the face. Now look, you have to take a look, put on your readers, and come close to the TV. Come on, go.
Oh man, you want me to punch you in the face?
Please. I will literally, I'll take my hat off, you can wear it, and you can punch me in the face.
I don't want to punch you very hard.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, I'll do it to myself.
do it.
I don't like doing it to you, dude. I just met you.
Do it, yeah, but we're cool.
He's gonna enjoy it.
Nice.
Okay, fine, fine.
And of course, the news headlines the next day said, Shia LaBeouf punched a fan in the face. Yeah. Anyway, Neo, congratulations. Neo's off the market. Over the weekend, he married his now his wife, Crystal Renee, who happens to be 9 months pregnant. Now, I know what you're saying, because when I saw this picture, I didn't recognize my friend Neo either. I mean, he looks, first of all, we don't see him a lot with no hat on. Everybody's got a lump in their head, though, right? Everyone's got like a little something. Anyway, you know who that looks like? He looks kind of like Samuel L. Jackson, right? Just a little bit. And I said, well, is this the girl's father? They said, no, that's Neo. Yeah, making the decision to get married can be stressful. He's been there before, but they didn't quite make it. Anyway, two important people weren't at the wedding. His two children with his ex-fiance, not wife. Yeah, fiance. Yeah. Monetta Shaw. Well, here are the kids, and there's Monetta, and the kids are ages 4 and 5, and Monetta said that the kids were too busy applying for schools. Now, you know, a lot of these private schools, especially if you're gonna send your kids to a more elite one, first of all, that does start like 4 and 5 years old, where you start having your kids apply to try to go, even if they're just on the floor tumbling and playing with blocks, because if the school goes up to 12th grade, then your kid graduates from the same school and goes off to Cornell, and then the family becomes rich. Because your kid is smart and can take care of you, you know? So I get what Monetta's saying, and I know that these schools, a lot of them, they cut off application for September enrollment. They cut that off at the end of March. So now here we are, February 22nd, which means that Monetta is probably going through it, pulling her hair out. If you've ever been there, look, we try, I just can't, but look, they want to meet your kid by themselves without you, so they can quiz you, even when the kids are little goobers, which means that you have to teach your kids quickly how to act and stop eating stuff off the floor. You know how we do with our kids when we're in private. They can't do that when they're applying to these big schools. All right, so, you know, they want to meet with just the kids by themselves. Then they want to meet with the mother and father. Then they want your kid to come back to the school a whole another day, which would be the third appointment now, to go into the classroom with the kids of the age that they will be entering, so that the school can spy on your kid to see how your kid plays well with others. Oh, it's a whole minutia. So I understand what Monetta is saying, but you want to know what, Monetta? Any excuse is better than none. So, my big guess is that Monetta is upset because this other girl actually got the ring and she's having the baby at the same time, 9 months pregnant. She could have broken her water right there. I think the Moinetta's probably a little upset, you know, but you have two beautiful kids from Neo. So you have that child support and you'll and your kids will be going to the best schools. And I know the ring means a lot, but things happen. Anyway, good luck to all parties. By the way, she said she didn't find out about the wedding until December. And that's okay. All you have to do is send your best nanny and the two kids. You don't even have to be there yourself. Just, make it happen, because now the kids are gonna look back at their father's wedding picture and be like, why wasn't I there? And then the kids eventually realize, because mom tried to hold us back. You know what I mean? Then they'll be mad at you, Moinetta. Weekends to me mean good times. No, I don't mean good times, I mean good times. Because there's always a marathon on Centric, right? And the thing is that I like reflecting in the old days. I just don't need to see these reboots, kickstarts, reunions, all that. I just don't need to see it. But what do you think about a Good Times reunion? Clap if you'd like that. Clap if you're willing to help foot the bill. Okay. We'll be passing the platter up to you during commercials, ma'am. The cast is looking to raise $1 million on Kickstarter to fund a Good Times movie. Now, go ahead, Miss Clapation. Okay. In the meantime, they need $1 million. They only have 10 days to go. So it's crunch time, fans. Let's see. Florida has passed away. All right. J.J. Walker, who I interviewed before, I think here on our TV show, but also on my radio show. I like him, but there's a little bitteration. Like he's not, like he's not that guy. But people change, you don't expect him to be. I don't know whether James is going to be there. I don't know what Wilona's doing these days. All I know is that I don't need to, the movie would be about Good Times. Fast forward, 25 years, what are they doing now? Hopefully not in the projects. Maybe they have a nice brownstone. Maybe James and Wilona are now married because secretly she was probably hot for him anyway. I don't know, but look, it looks like this is not going to happen unless some very, very wealthy people who care about this particular movie being made, like you, Eddie Murphy, or some of you guys, Martin Lawrence, they've only raised $8,084. And they only have 10 more days to go. So if you and your friends don't start sending money, this will not happen. Now, I don't want to donate because I like Good Times the way it is in reruns. Yes.